And today, we're going to do our series of videos painting the original 40K Demon Prince, Be'lakor. As always, we'll get sitting back and start our painting. But before we get to that painting, a message from one of the Sophies.
Hi, I'm Sophie, won the 700 Selfless Promotion Succubus. It's been 2 seconds, so by now you should be in my power. So remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Oh, and if you think we did a really good job and want to help us grow, leave us some love on the thanks heart. Now go watch Bald Ross do his sweet thing, making models ting, then watch the end of the video for a surprise.
Okay, my people, we're going to start off our Be'lakor here with our initial coat of what's going to be a phenomenal amount of rotating black. Now we're going to go ahead and keep on getting our Be'lakor here, and we're going to get the armor and the chains with steel. We're going to go ahead and bring in this Poofy makeup brush and start the initial layer of the layer redundancy with white. We're going to go ahead and get the horns and the in-between of the wings parts with rotating brushes here with dark green. We're going to keep on building our layer redundancy with another layer of white. Go ahead and highlight the armor parts with our initial layer of shining gold. We've gone over now our faded white layer, and now we're going to add our initial layer of lively green. Next, we're going to paint all the skulls with a layer of bone white. Keeping up with our layer redundancy, we're going to tag back in Mr. Proper Dry Brush and do another layer of white. Now we're going to go ahead and fill in some teeth and bones with bone white, and then go ahead and start filling over our overflow with black. I'm going to do a little bit of detail work now with the 3 L's of lively green, light purple, and leather brown. Now we're going to make Bellacor's bling start to really sing with making some more skulls look white and the initial layer with shining gold. Once that dries a bit, we're going to finish off our bling with a layer of Vallejo gold. Now it's time to make Bellacor look like he's the proper badass that he is, and we're going to use some blood for the blood god. Time to make Bellacor's blade look proper, and for that, we're going to use one initial layer of shining gold. We got to make the initial layer of the sword look like a sword, and for that, we're going to use steel. We're going to make the flames look like proper hellfire by using alternating layers of dark green, lively green, and white. For the final touches of our sword, we're going to use alternating layers of steel, black wash, and then steel again.
Now what you've all been waiting for, the rotating reveal! Thanks for watching. If you want Studio Baldross to paint something for you, check out the links on the homepage or Etsy. And don't forget to click on our other videos.